welcome. My name is Anne Marie Emanuele. I'm a semi-retired school teacher, just retired recently after over 25 years of teaching, and I have been teaching mindfulness to my students since 2016. I would like to share with you a mindfulness practice for 3rd through 6th grade students, and we'll be focusing on what to do with those thoughts that come and distract us. So thank you for joining me. Let's start out by getting into our mindful bodies. Remember how we do that? Try to stand nice and straight, not too tight, just comfortable. If you're on a chair, your feet are on the ground, you can feel the floor. You can imagine that the ground is reaching up to your feet. I like to close my eyes when I do mindfulness, and if you'd like to, join me. Otherwise, you can also just look at a spot in front of you that's just kind of boring, just to keep your attention somewhere. You can even have a candle if you like that. And we start by just feeling our feet and feeling the sensations of our hands on our lap or on our thighs. What does that feel like? The flesh touching whatever the texture is of your clothing or under your feet, whatever type of flooring there is. And we want to bring our attention to our body, to come into what we call the present moment. So I invite you to pay attention to your breath wherever you feel it the most strongly. Today I'm going to focus on the chest area right in here where the lungs are. I usually like to start with 2 deep breaths, so I invite you to join me. And after that, we can just let the breath be natural. Maybe we can move our attention to our face, relax our jaw, relax our neck and our shoulders. And now we're ready to learn something new. So we're going to be mindful of our thoughts. So we've been doing mindfulness together for some time, and we know that even when you pay attention to your breath or your body, thoughts are going to come into our mind. And the thoughts that come are usually about the past, right? That's something that happened yesterday, before now, maybe even just this morning, or the future, which is tomorrow or this afternoon or this evening. So let's try something. We're going to practice our mindfulness, and then as those thoughts come into your mind, if they're about things that happened before now, we're going to lean over to the left and then come back to the middle. And then when another thought comes in, let's say it's about this afternoon or tomorrow, we're going to lean over to the right. That means it's going into the future, and then we just come back to the center. So every time a thought comes in, we're going to go either to the left because it was about yesterday or this morning, the past, or to the right because it's the future. And each time, just bring ourselves back to sitting up straight and centered, and that's the present moment. Let's give it a try together. Good job. Keep going. Now when you're ready, if you have your eyes closed, go ahead and blink them open. If you were just looking down at a neutral spot, bring your eyes back up. And let's see how many of us had those thoughts, and were you able to move with the thoughts? Now it's not, sometimes our thoughts come really quickly and maybe you were moving really fast. Okay, but as we do this more and more, I bet that moving from left to right is going to be slower. And each time you come into the center for the present moment, I bet you'll want to stay there longer. So I encourage you to practice this on your own. Come back to it anytime you have a moment to sit and to bring your attention to the present moment. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all the best in your mindfulness practice. See you later. This is Anne Marie from Mindful Frontiers. Thanks for joining me.